we could not have had class. So now, uh, today we'll be beginning a new chapter. Last week we discussed how the Supreme Lord, being very much pleased with Dhruva, have blessed him that you have to rule for 100 celestial years the entire Bhumandala, and then you will come to my own abode, that is Dhruvaloka. Then Lord departed, and Dhruva Maharaj came home. He was very nicely received by his father, all the elderly citizens, brahmanas, ministers, and finally his mother and stepmother and his brother, Uttama. So then they come home. Eventually, in due course of time, Dhruva Maharaj becomes 16-year-old boy in another 10-11 years. Now currently he is about 5 to 6 years old. So when he becomes eligible to take up the responsibility of the kingdom, his father makes him the king and he himself goes to forest to perform the austerities of Vanaprastha order. And then he eventually married to two wives. One was Brahmi, the daughter of Shishmara. Second was Ila, the daughter of Vayu. Then they also had children, etc., etc. That is there. And he was ruling very nicely. But in due course of time, before his brother got married once, his brother taking up his mother and with some soldiers went to forest, Himalayas to do hunting and all. So there one day, unfortunately, one of the Yakshas came and fought with Uttama, and that Yaksha killed Uttama. Then searching after her son, Suruchi also went in deep inside the forest. Suddenly there was a forest fire. As a result of that, Uttama's mother got burnt to ashes. Eventually, when the soldiers came back to kingdom and informed Dhruva everything that what had happened, Dhruva becomes very angry. He goes to the same place where the fight took place. That place somewhere near to the Alagapuri, the city of Ikshas. And Dhruva goes there and he begins to fight with Ikshas. He came to fight with one Iksha, but in support of that Iksha, so many other Ikshas came forward to fight with. And there is a great fight between them. So sometimes Dhruva becoming overpowered, Dhruva becoming covered by their arrows. At other time, Dhruva destroys all their arrows and also injures them by piercing their bodily limbs, etc., etc., etc. So at one point of time, so most of the Yakshas got injured and some of them got killed. So the Yakshas felt a little bit morose and they all went back to their city. And after some time, suddenly there was a situation like universal annihilation. The entire sky became dark. Lot of clouds are seen. Lot of mountains are seen in the sky. The clouds and mountains are downpouring different variety of foul substance in the form of rain and also different weapons. Like that, the entire sky is filled with so many arrows, so many different kinds of weapons, and the rains of water, blood, urine, stool, mucus, pus, etc., etc., etc. So the entire atmosphere became very much disturbing. Now, Buddha is kind of overpowered by all these illusory tricks and all the weapons. Then the sages who are generally performing austerities in the nearby Himalayas, they are witnessing all this what is happening. Then they immediately prayed to Lord and they came nearby Dhruva and they were saying that, my dear Dhruva, by chanting the names of Lord Hari, you have overcome all the difficulties. So now, similarly, remember Lord Hari to overcome the current difficulty. So, like that, they were reminding Dhruva to remember the Lord. Indirectly, remember the holy name of the Lord and remember the holy weapon of Lord, Narayana Astra. So, may the Supreme Lord, the carrier of Saranga bow, Saranga Dhanva, hmm, the reliever of distress of the surrendered souls. Hmm, so, Avanatarti Haro Vipakshan. Then, En Nama Deyam Abhidaya Nishamya Chadda. By taking whose name one can be delivered from the cycle of repeated cycle of birth and death. Then what to speak of getting delivered from this so-called illusion? So please remember the name of the Lord Narayana. So indirectly they are telling him to remember Lord Narayana Astra. So that can destroy all this illusion. That's what they were saying to Dhruva. So that way the previous chapter ended. So today we'll be beginning 11th next chapter. This is a very interesting chapter. So here, as Dhruva prayed previously to Lord Vishnu that, my dear Lord, I want to be in the association of your pure devotees. Please, if at all you want to bless me with the association of your pure devotees. So one of the Lord's pure devotee is going to give his association to Dhruva in this chapter. So very interesting chapter. We hear that there are 12 Mahajanas. Huh? Swayambhu, Narada, Shambhu, Kumaro, Kapilo, Manu, Prahlado, Janako, Bhishma, Balir, Vayasaki, Vayam. So in that one of the 12 Mahajanas is Manu. That is Swayambhu Manu. Though there are 14 Manus in the 14 Manvantara periods, but Swayambhu Manu is the Manu whose name comes in the 12 Mahajanas. The first Manu, Swayambhu Manu. So we have been hearing about him from the very beginning of the Bhagavatam. There was discussion about Svayambhuva Manu in the third canto also. His daughter Devahuti got married to Kardama. There also there's some discussions about Svayambhuva Manu comes. So any case, so because Svayambhuva Manu is one of the 12 Mahajanas are supposed to teach us the Tattva of the Supreme Lord, how to practice bhakti. They are to inspire through their teachings. In this chapter, we understand the devotional sentiments and devotional mood of our Swayambhuva Manu. What kind of bhakti he carries? He teaches it to Dhruva in this chapter. So this is like of the 12 Mahajanas, one of the Mahajana is Manu, and Manu's teachings are incorporated in this chapter. So in this way, Dhruva gets the association of one of the 12 Mahajanas, who apparently is great grandfather also. But in any case, more than his great grandfather, he is one of the 12 Mahajanas. So his teachings are very essential for us to follow, because bhakti is Mahajano Yena Gatasya Panta, following in the footsteps of Mahajanas. So in order to follow, we should know what are their footsteps. So this chapter will teach us the footsteps of Swayambhuva Manu. So very important chapter, very interesting chapter. So let us discuss. In the 11th chapter of Svayambhuva Manu, in the 11th chapter, Svayambhuva Manu, seeing the destruction of the Yakshas, stops Dhruva from killing them after giving scriptural instructions. So let us see. Lord Krishna gives scriptural instructions to Arjuna to start the fight. Here Svayambhuva Manu is giving instructions to stop the fight. What is the reason? Reason also we'll understand in the same section. So this is a medium chapter, about 35 verses. So from text number 7 to 30 until 34, I suppose. So the instructions given by Svayambhuva Manu, the first 6 verses sets the context. In what context Svayambhuva Manu is giving the instructions to Dhruva. Like that. Maitreya Uvacha.
मैत्रेय उवाच
निशम्य गदतामेवम्
निशम्य गदताम् एवम्
ऋषीणां धनुषि ध्रुवा
ऋषीणां धनुषि ध्रुवम्
सन्ददेस्त्रम् उपस्पृश्य
सन्ददेशस्त्रम् उपस्पृश्य
यन्नारायण निर्मितम्
नारायण निर्मितम्. Sri Maitreya said, "My dear Vidura, when Dhruva Maharaj heard the encouraging word of the great sages, he performed the achamana by touching water and then took up his arrow made by Lord Narayana and fixed it upon his bow."
So because as sages advised him, kindly remember the name of Lord Narayana and also remember Lord Narayana Astra, which can remove all these illusions. So, hearing the words spoken by the sages, Dhruva, after performing Achmana, strung an arrow made by Narayana on his bow. So, basically, he put an arrow on the bow and he chanted the mantras after due Achman, due purification, to invoke Narayanastra so that all the illusions can be destroyed. Sandiyamana etasmin
सन्धीयमान एतस्मिन्
Maya guhyaka nirmita
माया भूयक निर्मिता
Shipram Vineshur Vidura
क्षिप्रं विने सूरविदुरा
Klesha Jnanodayeta.
एष ज्ञानोदये यथा. Translation. As soon as Dhruva Maharaj joined the Narayanastra arrow to his bow, the illusion created by Yakshas was immediately vanquished, just as all the material pains and pleasures are vanquished when one becomes fully cognizant for the self. Hare Krishna.
Oh Vidura, when he employed that Narayana weapon, the illusion created by the Yakshas suddenly disappeared, just as suffering disappears with the dawn of knowledge. The analogy is also given. So basically, he invoked Narayanastra and all the illusions created by the Yakshas is completely removed. So how it is removed? That is explained with the help of a analogy. When knowledge comes, all the ignorance will be removed. When ignorance is removed, all the suffering will be removed, because ignorance is the cause of suffering. So in that way. तस्यार्शास्त्रं धनुषी प्रयुञ्जतः
तस्यास्त्रात्रं धनुषी प्रयुञ्जुतः
सुवर्णपङ्काः कलांस वाससः
सुवर्णपङ्काः कलाहंसा वाससः
विनिश्रुता आविविशोर्द्विषद्बलम्
विनिश्रुता आविविशो द्विषबलम्
यथा वनं भीमरवाशिखण्डिना
यथा वनं भीमरवाशिखण्डिना. Even as Dhruva Maharaja fixed the weapon made by Narayana Rishi onto his bow, arrows with golden shafts and feathers like the wings of a swan flew out from it. They entered the enemy soldiers with a great hissing sound, just as peacocks enter a forest with tumultuous crowing.
So, first, the Narayanastra removed the illusion created by the Yakshas. So, they did not stop there. Then the Narayanastra began to produce lot of arrows which will pierce all the Yakshas. That is indicated here. When Dhruva fixed the weapon on his bow, golden arrows with feathers from swans fired out upon the enemy, like the frightening sound of peacocks in the forest. Arshasram means the weapon of the sage, Rishi Narayana. The shaft and tip were gold. See, the entire arrow is made up of gold. The feathers were made from the swans. So these arrows are not like wooden arrows or iron arrows. These are golden arrows. That is the specialty of Narayanastra. Taistigmadharai pradane shilimukair.
Taistigmadharai pradane shilimukair.
Itastata punyajana upadrutaha.
Itastata punyajana upadrutaha.
Tamabhyadavan kupita udayuda.
Tam abhyadavan pupita uda yudaha.
Suparnabunnadafana ivahayah.
Parnamunnad fana ivahayaha. Those sharp arrows dismayed the enemy soldiers, who became almost unconscious. But various yakshas on the battlefield, in a rage against Dhruva Maharaja, somehow or other collected their weapons and attacked. Just as serpents agitated by Garuda rushed towards Garuda with upraised hoods, all the Yaksha soldiers prepared to overcome Dhruva Maharaja with their upraised weapons.
So, in spite of being injured, the Yakshas becoming angry, they got up and began to shower arrows upon Dhruva. That is being indicated here. Oppressed by the arrows with sharp points present everywhere on the battlefield, the Yakshas angrily rushed at Dhruva with raised weapons, like snakes with raised hoods, attacking Garuda. So then, did Dhruva remain quiet? What did Dhruva do? Tatan prushakterabhidavato mrude.
Satan prashaktair abhidavato mrade.
Nikritta bahorushirodarodaran.
Kritabahru shirodarodaran.
Vinaya lokam paramarkamandalam.
Vinaya lokam param arka mandalam.
Vrajanti nirvidyayam urdhvaretasa.
Prajanti nirvidyayam urdva retashaha. When Dhruva Maharaja saw the Yakshas coming forward, he immediately took his arrows and cut the enemies to pieces. Separating their arms, legs, heads, and bellies from their bodies, he delivered the Yakshas to the planetary system, which is situated above the sun globe and which is attainable only by first-class brahmacharis who have never discharged their semen.
Attacked by the Yakshas, Dhruva cut off their arms, thighs, necks, and torsos. Bahu, Uru, Shirodhara, and Udara with his arrows and sent them to the abode where the brahmacharis go. Prajanti param yam urdhva retasa, after attaining the sun. Nirbidya arka mandalam. So basically what is happening here? So because first of all they created illusions, Dhruva destroyed it. They did not keep quiet. They began to show arrows at Dhruva. Dhruva cut off their arrows and their bows and also their bodily limbs. Still they did not keep quiet. Still they began to shoot the arrows. Then Dhruva began to kill them. Till now Dhruva was only defeating them and injuring them because they never kept quiet. They keep on fighting. So now Dhruva decided to kill them. So being killed by Dhruva, it is said that all these people are ascending to Satyaloka. In 7th canto, we will understand that it is said in the 7th canto, if somebody practices Naishtika Brahmacharya for the entire life, it is called as Urdhva Retasam. At the end of their life, they will go to Satyaloka. So that is the result one attains by the practice of Naishtika Brahmacharya for the entire life. So now these people are getting killed in a battle with Dhruva Maharaj. So whoever is getting killed in this battle are also ascended to Satyaloka. Normally in a battle when somebody dies, they will be ascended to Svargaloka. But here, because of something speciality of this place or this fight, they are ascended to Satyaloka. That is indicated. That is the speciality of this fight. By Dhruva's arrows, Dhruva brought the Yakshas with severed thighs to Satyaloka, where the sannyasis, Urdhva Resasa means the Naishtika Brahmacharis or sannyasis, go after surpassing the sun planet. Because of being killed by the hand of a devotee, they got special elevation. As the Gita says, they return again to the earth. Basically, even though they might have, but they can't stay in Satyaloka eternally. Because they are killed in the battle, they are supposed to go to higher planets, either Pitraloka or Sargaloka. But because they are killed by Dhruva, a pure devotee, they are ascended to Satyaloka. They will stay there for some time. Again, they have to come back. They can't stay there always. So is that like that? Abrahma Bhuvana Loka Punaravartino Arjuna. Even from all abodes up to Brahma Loka, one should return, O Arjuna. Therefore, one should not think that they attain liberation with the sannyasis at the end of Brahma's life. But sannyasis, those who practice, those who take up sannyas marga and practice bhakti and other sadhanas, so they go to Satyaloka, and afterwards, after Brahma's day is over, when there is pralaya, which is going to destroy the 14 lokas, that time giving up Satyaloka, they enter into Brahman. They attain Sahajya Mukti. But these people do not attain that. So like Naishtika Brahmacharis, like sannyasis go to Satyaloka, they gone there. But they will not attain liberation, but they have to come back. That is the problem. That is because, one second. That is because one does not even see liberation given to those killed by the Lord, such as Kalanemi, other than when killed by Lord Krishna. That means only those demons who are killed by Supreme Lord himself can attain Sahajya Mukti liberation, not by the devotees or others. So like that. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, but this same thing is not happening in the during the Mahabharata war, because they are die in the hand of Arjuna, but they are not went to the, because they are written somewhere the Sarloka went, somebody has returned back after some 5,000 years.
I did not get, what is that? Can you repeat?
In Mahabharata war, those who are Kaurava died in the hand of Arjuna, they have not went to the Brahmaloka. It mentioned that they went to Svargaloka only. Okay, then? So in this case, it went to Brahmaloka. So why there is some difference?
See, Mahabharat battle is happening in the human, about between the humans.
Okay.
So for them to go to Sargaloka is a big achievement. Here the fight is happening with Yakshas. The Yakshaloka is already on par with Sargaloka. The abode of Kuvera, which is next to Kailash, is also like Sargaloka.
Okay.
So for them to go into Sargaloka is not at all a big thing, because Yakshas are also as powerful as Devatas. They are also one of the 8 categories of the Dev category. So for them going to Sargaloka, what is so special about that? There is nothing special for them to go into Sargaloka. So because they are already Punya Jana, they are already in an extra category, so they are ascended to Satyaloka.
Okay.
So like that we have to understand.
Yes.
But anyway, good that you raised that point.
Prabhuji, the same thing happened with when Ram fought with this or Ravana. These are all the Rakshasa in Lanka.
Lanka are all Rakshasas. These are Yakshas. Yakshas are the followers of Kuvera. Rakshasas are the followers of Ravana. Both are stepbrothers, but still they are different.
So that means that when they died in the hand of Banarasena, they also went to some higher than the Swarga?
Yeah, could be.
Yeah. Okay,
see, generally, yeah, because Rakshasas are also on par with Devatas. See, for them, what Swargaloka? Ravana already defeated Indra. Swarga is already in their hand only. That time when Lord Rama was fighting with Ravana and all, the Swargaloka is already in the hand of Ravana. Then Swargaloka is already in the hand of Rakshasas. They could go to Swargaloka whenever they want. It is like next door for them. So when they are killed in the battle, they should go to some higher destination. So they must have gone to Maharloka or Janaloka or Tapaloka or Satyaloka somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah. तान् हन्यमानान् अभिवीक्ष्य गुह्यकान्
तान् अभिवीक्ष्य गुह्यकान्
अनागसश्च चित्ररतेन भूरिशः
चित्ररथेन भूरिशः
औत्तानपादिं कृपया पितामहो
औतानपादिं कृपया पितामहो
मनोर्जगादोपगता सहर्षिभिः
मनोर्जगतोपगत सहस्रिभिः. Then Swayambhuva Manu saw that his grandson Dhruva Maharaj was killing so many of the Yakshas who were not actually offenders. Out of his great compassion, he approached Dhruva with great sages to give him good instruction.
So now there's a problem. One yaksha for no reason, we don't know what exactly reason, but I assume that just for no reason, a kind of verbal fight must have ensued. I am superior, I am better, you are better, I am better, something like that. So one yaksha had a fight with Uttama and he killed Uttama. So Dhruva Maharaj, being the affectionate younger brother, wanted to affectionate elder brother, wanted to do something. How can a yaksha comes to our place and then kills my brother? Something like that. So he went finding that yaksha. But in order to protect that yaksha, many yakshas came forward. There was a fight. Initially, the fight was with the intention of defeating each other or punishing each other. But eventually, the yakshas, all yakshas came out and they took a drastic step of creating illusions as if there is going to be a pralaya and wanted to kill Dhruva. Not one, two. We have seen last time how many yakshas were fighting with Dhruva Maharaj at one go. I think 1,30,000 yakshas are fighting, something like that. One number was there. We have seen in one of the verse the total number of yakshas was mentioned. How many of them were fighting with Dhruva? So not one, two, one more than 1,00,000 people are simultaneously fighting with Dhruva and creating so many illusions with the intention to kill Dhruva altogether. So first of all, he need to protect himself. He need to defend himself. And the exercise not till now he was defending himself. So exactly 1,30,000 yakshas. 11th verse of the previous chapter was mentioned. So he was trying to defend, but yakshas are becoming aggressive. So now he had to, in order to protect himself, he has to kill. So he's killing. He's killing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like hundreds, thousands, because there are 1,30,000 are there. So he has to kill all of them in one sense, because they will not stop fighting. Even for himself to get protected, they will not stop fighting. So as long as they are stop fighting, he should defend. How long he will defend? So that's how he began to kill. The killing gone to the extent that killing everyone. Unless until he kills everyone, he cannot go back safely. That is the problem with Dhruva. So he was killing so many yakshas. Because the yakshas should have been brought, that one yaksha who killed his brother, and the matter should have been settled. The yakshas also, in order to protect their own brother, they came forward to fight and to kill the opponent. So seeing that the many innocent yakshas were being killed by Dhruva, Svayambhuva Manu, Manu is the grandfather of Dhruva. Dhruva's father was Uttanapada. Uttanapada's father was Svayambhuva Manu. So Dhruva's grandfather, along with few sages, approached Dhruva and spoke out of compassion. Krupaya Jagada. So of course, in one sense, Dhruva might be seems to be like defending, but in that defending is killing everyone. So some apparently it may seem to be for his own survival he has to kill them. But in any case, for one yaksha, 1,30,000 yakshas are going to be get killed. So Manu was not happy with that. So yeah, just like for one yaksha, 1,30,000 yakshas came along his side to protect. Then afterwards, Kuvera might come. Afterwards, Kuvera's friend Lord Shiva will come. When Lord Shiva comes, along with Lord Shiva, many others will come. Ganeshji will come, Kartikeya will come, Nandi will come. So many people, Bhuta, Preta, Pishasha, Yaksha, Rakshasa, Kinnara, Kimpusha, Uraga, and Sabhi Prakar ka Jivarashi. They all will come to fight with Dhruva. Swayambhuva Manu, foreseeing what it could happen in the future. Just for one yaksha, if you uproot all the yakshas, the fight will not end there. It will go forward. The head of the Yakshas, Kuvera, will come. In order to protect Kuvera, Kuvera's friend and master, Lord Shiva, will come. And to support Lord Shiva, Ganeshji will come, Kartikeya will come, and Nandi will come. Like that, so many associates of Lord Shiva will come. That fight will go to universal fight. So Swayambhuva Manu came immediately to stop Dhruva, to give him good sense. So now, starting from text number 7 till 30, there are specific instructions of Swayambhuva Manu on the truth of the subject matter. Who is the killer? What is the purpose of life? Such kind of truths will be discussed in this section. And later, after 30th verse 31 to 36, he will say that this will go to attract, draw the attention of Kuvera and Lord Shiva also. Please stop, better stop here. Jo ho gaya. In order to kill one person, one Yaksha, you come and kill already thousands of Yakshas. Stop there. Don't go further. So that was the essence of this entire chapter. But externally, that may be the essence. But internally, the essence is Swayambhuva Manu is teaching, is bhakti to Dhruva. Because the problem is, even though one may be a great devotee, one may be peace, composed, tolerant, but when anger overcomes a person, the peace, control, tolerance will all be forgotten. A person goes out of control. Same thing is happening with Dhruva. Dhruva is a great devotee, but he was overcome with anger. He is going out of control. In order to bring him back to control, Swayambhuva Manu is speaking the spiritual instructions here. Very powerful, very interesting, and very meaningful. So let us discuss now. Manur Uvacha
Uvacha
Alam Vastati Roshena
Alam Bachati Rosena
Tamodvarena Papmana
Tamodvarena Papuna
Ena Punyajana Netan
Ena Punyanjana Netan
Avadistvam Anagasaha.
Avadhistamanagasah. Lord Manu said, my dear son, please stop. It is not good to become unnecessarily angry. It is the path up to hellish life. Now you are now you are going beyond the limit by killing yakyas who are actually not offenders.
Now Swayambhuva Manu is going to tell. My dear child, enough with excessive anger, the sinful path to ignorance. Tamodvarena papmana. The sinful path to ignorance. By anger, you have killed many innocent yakshas. You have already killed so many innocent yakshas. Please stop here. In Bhagavad Gita, we see that Trivida Narakasthedam, Kama, Krodha, Tada, Lobha. There are three paths to hell: Kama, Krodha, and Lobha. Here, same thing our Guru is telling that Krodha is the path to hell. So please stop here. You have already killed many innocent yakshas because of your excessive anger. Nasmat kulochitam tata
Nasmatkulochitam tata
karmetat tad vigarhitam
karmeta tadvigarhitam
vado yad upadevanam
yada upadevanam
arabdaste kritaina sham.
arabdaste kitena sha. My dear son, the killing of sinless yakshas which you have undertaken is not at all approved by authorities, and it does not befit your family, which is supposed to know the laws of religion and irreligion. Hare Krishna.
First thing he said, anger is not good. It leads to hellish condition. And second thing, he says that this is not expected from a person from our family. O son, this action of killing innocent yakshas is not befitting our family and is condemned by the virtuous. Sad vigarhitam. So please stop. Nanvekasyaparadena
एकस्य अपराधेन
प्रसंगाद बहवो हता
प्रसंगात् बहवो हता
भ्रातुर्वदाभितप्तेन
भ्रातुर्बद्ध्वाभिते पप्तेन
स्वयांगा भ्रातृवत्सला.
Svayambhuva Vatsala. My dear son, it has been proved that you are very much affectionate towards your brother and are greatly aggrieved at his killing by the Yaksha. But just consider, for one Yaksha offense, you have killed many others who are innocent.
O son, affectionate to your brother Uttama, aggrieved by the death of your brother, you have killed many yakshas. For the offense of one yaksha, just because of their. So one yaksha did offense, you have come to kill that one, but you are killing many people because they are all related to that one yaksha. So this is not fair. Please stop. It is a fact that one yaksha killed your brother, and because the others are associated with him, you are killing many. So it is going beyond what is allowed. So please stop. Nayam margo hi sadhunam
Nayam
Maya
sadhunam
ऋषिकेशानुवर्तिनाम्
ऋषिकेशानुवर्तिनाम्
यदात्मानं परागृह्य
यदात्मानं परगृह्य
पशुवद्भूतवैशसम्.
Ashuvadbhuta One should not accept the body as the self and thus, like the animals, kill the bodies of others. This is especially forbidden by saintly persons who follow the path of devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
First, anger itself is detrimental. It will take one to hell. And second, this is not befitting for our family. And third, yes, we understand your affection for your brother, but one yaksha killed your brother and you are killing many yakshas. This is not proportion. And now he says that this is not a expected behavior from the devotee of Lord Vishnu. Killing of living entities just as the animals do by accepting the body as the self is not the path of the devotees of the Lord. Lord Krishna, what Lord Krishna told in the Bhagavad Gita? So you are not killing Bhishma, Drona, Pramukata, because they know they kaumaram yavanam jara tata dehantara praptir dhira tatranam yati. Dhiras never cry for the loss of the body because nayam hantina hanyate. One can neither kill the soul nor killed by the soul. The soul is eternal. Soul will never be killed, but the body is getting died. Whether you kill or not, body will die one day. Vashantu jirnani yata vihaya navani grunanti naro parani. That will happen anyway. So now the same philosophy, Svayambhuva Manu is telling that only when we accept ourselves with the body, we think when body is lost, if one person is lost, then we become so angry and we want to kill others. But if we think that the eternal nature of the soul, even though body is lost, there is no reason for lamentation. Then there is no reason for killing others because our soul is eternal. Body anyway will go away one day. It has gone literally. What is the problem? So like that, something like that. To that effect, devotees will not become over angry for a small petty reason. So something like that. Killing of living entities just as the animals do by accepting the body as the self. That means It is animals which accept body as the self and kill others for the sake of one's own. So this is not the path followed by the devotees of Lord Rishikesha. So kindly consider this. So this is a big thing. Till now, other things, okay, Dhruva might give some excuse, but for this, he cannot give any excuse. The devotees will not act like this. Devotees does not become angry just out of the spur of the moment. They are introspective. They introspect and then respond. If the devotees do not come under the control of material affection, then certainly they should not come under the control of violence to living entities. Don't become disturbed by the material affection. Like that, my Svayambhuva Manu is telling. Accepting the body as the self, just as animals think of others in relation to their bodies and then commit violence against others, is not the path followed by devotees. So stop. Don't go further. Paragrihiya as a negative meaning, not accepting the jiva as the self, not accepting the soul as the self, instead of that accepting the body as the self, and then such kind of problems will happen. People become angry at each other and kill each other, all these things because of bodily identification. So like that.
Prabhuji, one
Mataji.
question, sir.
Ah.
Prabhuji, here the Yakshas have been attacking Dhruva, na? So what he will do?
But
He's
Dhruva
a
only
Kshatriya,
came to attack them, na? Dhruva
but
only
now,
came to attack them.
but war has already started, na? So how he can stop that?
See, he could have used Sammohan Astra and put them into sleep and he would have gone away. After killing the one Yaksha who killed his brother.
Mhm.
So there are other possibilities also. It is not that there are no way to end the war.
Okay.
Hmm.
Because as being a Kshatriya, he cannot just walk away like that, na?
No, but being a Kshatriya is
The
not a
war
license to kill
so,
everyone indiscriminately. What
but
Arjuna did during the Virata Parva, he released Sammohan Asura and he left away. He did not kill. He only defeated them, he injured them and he went away. He did not kill. Because that was not the war intended to kill. Mahabharat battle was supposed to be killed because unless until they are died, this particular conflict will never end. Because that's what Lord Krishna instructed Arjuna and other Pandavas. If you want to end this conflict, please kill them. Even killing to the point of Bhishma, Drona. Because unless until these people are killed, Duryodhana cannot be killed. Unless until Duryodhana cannot be killed, this conflict will never end. That is required there. But here, that kind of conflict is not there.
Mhm.
So,
I thought
like that we can see.
For Kshatriya, war means to win or to die. I thought.
That is a war, dharma war. That war, if there is a problem to the citizens. Here, what is the Yakshas are not coming to harm any citizens. This war is on a personal basis. It's happening.
Okay.
It
Okay.
is happening because Uttama was killed.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It is not a country war.
Okay, Prabhuji, got it. Thank you.
See, but anyway, see, from practical point of view, everything seems to be nice. But Bhagavatam does not focus on the practical aspects, the day-to-day aspects. Bhagavatam focuses on the aspect of going back home back to Godhead. For Dhruva to go back home back to Godhead, whether this fight is useful or not. For Dhruva being a king, to maintain the law and order and to bring the justice, yes, this fight is good.
Mm-hmm.
But for a person who want to go back home back to Godhead, does he need to be fighting like this always? And that too, it is not that fighting is not bad, but fighting excessively is not at all recommended. That's what Manu is telling. You've already sufficiently killed, you stop now. Because it is also wrong on the part of Yakshas also. One Yaksha made a mistake, they should have submitted that Yaksha. Instead of that, they also sided the Yaksha and they were fighting as if he did very right thing. As a result of that, some got killed. Then if he becomes quiet, and they will also become quiet. But it is like both people are not becoming quiet. Both are fighting upon each other. So in that way.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
See, many times winning over others, we think it is the right thing. So of course, it may be right to the current situation, but is it required for one to come back to Godhead? That is what Bhagavatam focuses on. Bhagavatam does not focus on establishing the right or wrong here. Bhagavatam's main focus is come back to Godhead. For that, what is required? Do that. Something like that. So let's see now. Since you are the best of all devotees, such conduct is not befitting. This is expressed in two verses. In the next two verses, Manu is going to tell that you are the best of all devotees. A devotee is well-wisher of everyone. So in killing the Yakshas, where is your well-wishing nature? That is the question. Sarvabhutatma bhavena
Sarvabhutatma bhavena
bhutavasam harim bhavan
bhutavasam harim bhavan
आराध्यापादुराराध्यम्
आराध्याप्य दुराराध्यम
विष्णोस्तत्परमं पदम्.
Vishnustatparamam padam. It is very difficult to achieve the spiritual abode of Hari in the Vaikuntha planet. But you are so fortunate that you are already destined to go to that abode by worshipping him as the supreme abode of all living entities.
By worshipping the Lord, rarely worshipped, as the abode of all beings, with the understanding that he is within all beings, Sarva Bhutatma Bhavena, you have achieved the supreme abode of the Lord. So Manu is reminding him, in your early age, at the age of 5, you have worshipped the Supreme Lord, who is the super soul of each and every living entity. And you had the darshan. You have the good fortune of having the darshan of Supreme Lord also. If that Supreme Lord whom darshan you got, if he is situated in the heart of every living entity, you are killing many living entities in whose heart the same Lord whose mercy you got. Indirectly, you are killing the same Lord whose darshan you got. Something like that, to that effect. Sarva Bhutatma Bhavena means with thoughts that he is dwelling in all beings as Paramatma. So recently we saw in the beginning of the fourth canto, Mother Sati was asking, "Oh, my dear husband, why did you not get up when my father came? When everyone got up, you also could have got up. What was the problem? Anyway, is your father-in-law. Respecting a elder in age is all good. If not in age, in relation, it is all good. What was the problem?" Then Lord Shiva said, when somebody comes in front of us, we offer obeisances, we offer namaskar to them. That actually the obeisance or namaskar is not to them, it is to the Paramatma situated in their heart. So when your father came, I was already offering respects to the Paramatma in my heart. I was already meditating upon the same Paramatma, worshipping him in my heart. The same Paramatma is there in the heart of your father also. I am already worshipping him. What is the need for offering respects once again? So like that, Lord Shiva said, that means anybody, we need to respect them because Paramatma is situated in them. So now he is killing. Hare Krishna. So like that. That point is reminded by Svayambhuva Manu. So one may say that, but if you offer respect, they will kill you. So what will happen to that? So that practical issue is there. But in any case, now Svayambhuva Manu is discussing philosophy. Let us see what they say. But one thing, it is not like Kali Yuga. If you don't raise weapons against others, others will not raise weapon against you. That is there in the previous traditions. This fight must be happening in Satya Yuga. Unless until you are ready to fight somebody, others will not fight upon you just like that. The war will happen when both the parties are ready to fight with each other. So that they will follow. So in that way, so we can, this point may be okay. If Dhruva, instead of fighting with them, starts offering respect, they will not raise weapon up against Dhruva. That will happen. So what point Manu is making can make sense now. In Kali Yuga, that may not work. Current situation, people does not follow any such rules. Satvim Hareranudhyayas
Tattam Hariranoodhyayatas
Satvum Shamapi Sammataha
Tattvam Samapi Sammataha
Katam tu Avadyam Kritavan
Katham Tvavadyam Krutavan
Anushikshan Satambratam.
Sikhan Satambratam. Because you are a pure devotee of the Lord is always thinking of you. And you are also recognized by all his confidential devotees. Your life is meant for exemplary behavior. I am therefore surprised. Why have you undertaken such an abominable task?
He began to chastise. Always remembering the Lord, you have been recognized by the great devotees. You teach others the conduct of a saintly person, tolerance, titiksha, karuniva, suhruda, sarvadehinam, etc. Why then do you act in this shameful way? So he's chastising him. You are being respected as a great devotee among all. How can you behave like this? You always remember the Lord, and this means the Lord, out of affection, makes him remember by everyone. You are always considered by the devotees such as Narada. This means that he is the object of mercy of these great devotees. The great devotees like Narada and the Supreme Lord always think of Dhruva. Then Dhruva should be behaving very saintly way. How can he behave like this? This point erased. And then he says, Titikshaya Karunaya
तितिक्षया करुणया
Maitraya Chakila Jantushu
मैत्रया चाकिल जन्तुषु
Samatvena cha Sarvatma
समत्वेन च सर्वात्मा
Bhagavan Samprasidati.
भगवान् सम्प्रसीदति. The Lord is very satisfied with his devotees. When the devotee greets other people with tolerance, mercy, friendship, and equality.
So he says that you are being remembered by the Supreme Lord, you are being remembered by sages like Narada Muni, you are a great devotee. A great devotee behaves like this. How? Titikshaya, Karunaya, Maitriya, Akilajantu, Samatvena cha Sarvatma. By that only Bhagavan Samprasidati. The Supreme Lord, the soul of all beings, is pleased when a devotee is tolerant of the superiors, Titikshaya, tolerant of elders, merciful to the inferiors, Karunaya, friendly towards equals, Maitriya, and takes others' happiness and distress as his own, Akila Jantuchu, Samatvena. So this is how a devotee of Lord Vishnu behaves. So if you are a devotee of Lord Vishnu, behave like this. So one should be tolerant of superiors. Now, in this case, Dhruva is a human being and the Yakshas are superiors. So when superiors does something, one should be tolerant. One should not revolt. That's what Arjuna says in the Bhagavad Gita. It is better to live by begging than to enjoy the food tainted by the blood of our elders like Bhishma, Drona, etc. Then he says that it is better that instead of killing them, they should kill me. That is good for me and good for them also, because they never incur sin in killing me. So like that is the saintly behavior which Arjuna displayed in Bhagavad Gita, and same thing here. Svayambhuva Manu is telling Dhruva. So you should, the devotee should behave like this. Such kind of behavior of a devotee pleases Lord. This describes the conduct of the devotees. One should be tolerant of the great. Even when great elderly people chastise, beat, one should be tolerant. One should not revolt. Merciful to the inferior. At the same time, to a lower person, one should not beat and chastise them. One should be merciful to them. And friendly towards with the equals. With elders, tolerant. With equals, friendly. With inferiors, juniors, compassionate. One should think of others' joy and sorrow, hunger and thirst as one's own. When others are in sorrow and joy, one should experience sorrow and joy. When others are happy, one should be happy. When others are in misery, one should be misery. But we generally do opposite. The same thing we see in the Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna says in 632, Atma upannena sarvatra samam pashyati yo Arjuna. Sukam va yadiva dukkam sayogi paramo mata. That yogi is the topmost yogi according to me. Who? I consider that practicing yogi who sees equally everything as equal to himself in all circumstances, whether in happiness or suffering. That kind of yogi is topmost yogi, a topmost devotee. If all beings are satisfied, one can infer that the Paramatma in all beings is satisfied. If Paramatma in all beings is satisfied, that means the Supreme Lord is satisfied. So, Bhagavan, Sarvatma, Bhagavan Samprasidati. What kind of Bhagavan? That Bhagavan who is called as Sarvatma. When Paramatma is satisfied means the person is also satisfied. So like that. So this is the reasoning through Vaishnava philosophy. These 5 verses are describing Vaishnava philosophy. That means how a devotee behaves, how a devotee who is desiring to go back home back to Godhead should behave in this material world. This is the last verse in that section. Samprasanne Bhagavati
Samprasanne Bhagavati
Purusha Prakruter Gunai
Purusha Prakrute Gunai
Vimukto Jiva Nirmukto
Vimukto Jiva Nirmukto
Brahma Nirvana Marchati.
Brahma Nirvanam Rachati. One who actually satisfies the Supreme Personality of Godhead during one's lifetime becomes liberated from the gross and subtle material conditions. Thus, being freed from all material moods of nature, he achieves unlimited spiritual bliss.
When the Lord is satisfied, a person becomes free from the gunas of Prakriti and is freed from the subtle body and attains the Supreme Lord. What is the process of going back home back to Godhead is being indicated here. When the Supreme Lord is satisfied, one becomes free from the guna, 3 modes of material nature, and one becomes free from the subtle body. As soon as one becomes free from subtle body, one is ready to go back home back to Godhead. That's all. You will go back to Godhead. This is the process of going back to Godhead. That means one should become free from subtle body. That means become free from the 3 modes. That means please the Supreme Lord. What is that Bhagavad Gita verse? Mahatmanastu mam partha daivim prakriti machita bhajanti ananya manaso jnatva bhutadmavayam. So they will come under the shelter of Yogamaya, where they go to spiritual world and able to serve the Supreme Lord continuously for the rest of eternity. So that is understanding. Jiva Nurmukta means freed from the subtle body. If one is a jnani, then he attains merging in Brahman. If one is a devotee, the devotee attains service to the Supreme Lord. Both are possible. So one can attain Sahajya Mukti or one can go to Vaikuntha and serve the Lord. This is understood from Prahlada's statement concerning Brahma Nirvana. Here the word Brahma Nirvana is used. So Brahma Nirvana for Jnanis, they attain Sahajya Mukti. For devotees, they enter into Vaikuntha and they attain service to Supreme Lord. That is understanding. So this is a verse which comes in the 7th and 7th chapter where Prahlad Maharaj is teaching to his friends, wherein he says, the wise know that direct contact with the Lord, which includes the happiness of Brahman destroys samsara for the sinful persons possessing material bodies in this world. Therefore, worship the Paramatma in your heart. So he says that worship the Supreme Lord. They asked how to worship Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord is there in the heart of you, everyone, in the heart of every living entity. Therefore, worship him. And those who worship Paramatma, they eventually go back home back to Godhead and able to serve the Lord in person. So that serving the Lord, the happiness one experience serving the Lord also includes the happiness of Brahman. That means the sons of Asuras, the classmates of Prahlada, they might have heard about Brahmananda sometime. So remembering that, Prahlada says that the happiness one receives by serving the Lord, it also includes the happiness of Brahman more. So therefore worship Paramatma. So like that is telling. Prakriter Gunair Vimukta means that not only one is free from the three modes of material nature, but one is specifically liberated. Vimukto. Mukti means normal mukti. When we say mukti, that is Sahajya mukti. Vimukti stands for entering into Vaikuntha and becoming an eternal associate of Supreme Lord, beyond merging in Brahman. So mukti is merging in Brahman, Vimukti is entering into Vaikuntha and becoming an associate of Supreme Lord and able to serve the Lord for the rest of eternity. Such kind of Vimukti will be obtained. This is what a Vaishnava devotee should be behaving like this, should be dealing like this, should be living like this. This is what Svayambhuva Manu is giving us the path back home back to Godhead. Then Dhruva might say that, so my dear grandfather, everything is fine. I understand that we should respect Paramatma, which is there, who is there in the heart of every living entity. That is fine. But how can we offer respect? Yes, we will offer respect to Paramatma, but this Jivatma killed my brother. How can I forgive him? I am a king. I am not ordinary person to forgive him. I am not a Brahmana. I am a Kshatriya. I cannot keep quiet. Then my Manu says, please tell me, who killed your brother? This Yaksha. Yeah. Again he asks, who killed your brother? Now Dhruva had to introspect. Who actually killed Uttama? Now Manu will answer that. We may apparently think that this Yaksha killed my brother, but Lord Vishnu already ordained that he will be killed. That could be the karma of your brother Uttama. He was supposed to be killed and he killed. So why are you fighting fault with the instrument of your brother's karma? Your mother also told the disrespect shown by Suruchi is nothing but the result of your past deeds. So don't find fault with the instrument of your karma. Never ever feel angry with those people. So same way, according to the karma of your brother, he might be died. He was supposed to die, and that person is only instrument of your brother's karma. And why are you so angry with that person? And you are not only angry with that person, you are angry with all the other people also who are supposed trying to protect him. So where are the instructions of your mother gone? So like that, Svayambhuva Manu is telling. So there are three doers of the acts. So which one you are thinking? A Vaishnava devotee will consider all the three. They will not see only external thing. So in that way, immediate cause, remote cause, and ultimate cause. The Lord is ultimate cause, karma is remote cause, and the person standing in front of us is the immediate cause. If we only see the immediate cause, we are not completely educated. We are not properly educated. So that point of Manu is reminding Dhruva. See, are you seeing the similarities between Bhagavad Gita and this section? What Lord Krishna spoke in Bhagavad Gita is almost echoed here in the words of Svayambhuva Manu also here. Fifth chapter also, third chapter also talks about three doers, both the chapters. So we can see here. Bhute panchabir arabdher
भूतैः पञ्चभिः आरब्धैः
yoshit purusha eva hi
योषित पुरुष एव हि
तयोर्व्यवायात् सम्भूतिर्
तयोर्व्यवायात् सम्भूति
योषित् पुरुषयोरिह.
योषित पुरुषयोरिह. The creation of the material world begins with the 5 elements, and thus everything, including the body of a man or a woman, is created of these elements. By the sexual life of man and woman, the number of men and women in this world is further increased.
Now he says, okay, you said that your brother killed this fellow and this fellow is getting killed by you. All these things, you are only seeing the external thing. This person is made up of Panchamahabhutas. The women and men arise from the bodies made up of 5 elements. From their interaction, more women and more men will appear. The father and mother, if you think that they are made up of Panchamahabhutas, by their combination, the more people who are also made up of Panchamahabhutas will appear. 10 verses then consider the nature of things. Who is the killer and who is being killed? Analytically, now Svayambhuva Manu is going to tell who is the killer. By bodies made up of 5 elements, women and men appear, which Brahma created. Yes. And by their interaction, more women and more men will appear when they get married and they start begetting children, and more children are getting born. Fine. This is the first level understanding. Evam pravartate sarga.
एवं
एवं
वर्तते
स्थिति संयम एव च
इति सम्यम् एव च
गुण व्यतिकराद् राजन्
गुणव्यतिकराद् राजन्
मायया परमात्मनः.
मायाया परमात्मनः. Manu continued, my dear King Dhruva, it is simply by the illusory material energy of Supreme Personality of Godhead and by the interaction of the 3 modes of material nature that creation, maintenance, and annihilation take place.
O King, as the creation of bodies takes place in this way, as Manu mentioned the previous verse, so does the maintenance and destruction of bodies takes place by the actions of the 3 gunas through the Maya of the Supreme Lord. So previously it said that the mother and father were produced by 5 Panchamahabhutas, and by their combination more children with the same body of Panchamahabhutas are produced. Now the question is, who produced the Panchamahabhutas? Maya. Who produced Maya? The Supreme Lord. So like that, slowly going backward. The same Maya will also take care of maintenance and destruction. Just as the creation takes place by the elements in the form of bodies, by the mother and father made of the elements, maintenance takes place, and by bodies of criminals, tigers and snakes, destruction takes place. It is by the bodies of mother and father children are born. It is also by the bodies of mother and father the children is maintained. When the children is young, the mother feeds the child. When children becomes grown up, the parents, they prepare food and feed the child. So they take care of the child. They take care of the maintenance of the child's body. And at the end, apparently, according to the old circumstances and all, so people may be killed sometimes by criminals, robbers will come home, and in order to loot the wealth, they may kill and loot the family wealth. Sometimes tigers, when people are walking in the forest, they are killed by tigers or bitten by snakes. Like that, a person may die. Of course, there is natural death. There is also death because of diseases. But this death because of other people, because Panchamahabhutas things need to be involved. Na? So sometimes the people may be killed by snakes, killed by tigers, and killed by the dacoits. So because the killer also had a body, that body is made up of same Panchamahabhutas. That means the same Panchamahabhutas creating us, maintaining us, and destroying us. That is the point. However, the actions of the gunas do not take place by themselves. So one may say that, yeah, it is Panchamahabhutas are only creating, it is Panchamahabhutas are only maintaining, it is Panchamahabhutas are only annihilating. But actual point is, they cannot do on themselves. but by the Maya of the Supreme Lord. The source of Pancha Mahabhutas is Maya made up of three gunas. It is by the three gunas the Pancha Mahabhutas are enacted. Creation takes place by Rajoguna, maintenance takes place by Sattva and destruction takes place by Tamoguna. The three gunas of Maya takes care of creation, maintenance, and destruction. Externally, apparently, it may see that Panchamahabhutas are only doing everything, but actually, the three gunas are doing everything. How can creation, maintenance, and destruction of bodies takes place without some foundation of consciousness? Now, the next question is, oh, ab bol rahe, three gunas are doing everything. The previous thing is Panchamahabhutas are doing everything. No, how Panchamahabhutas can do? The source of Panchamahabhutas is three gunas. Three gunas are doing everything. How three gunas can do? Three gunas are inert. There should be some conscious entity behind three gunas. That is the question. Now answer is yes. There is a conscious entity behind the three gunas. He is making three gunas to act in such a way. Nimitta matram tatrasin.
Nimittamatram tatrasin
Nirguna purusharshabha.
nirgunaha purusar sarva
Vyakta vyaktam idam vishwam.
vyakta vyaktamidam vishwam
Yatra भ्रमति लोहवत्.
yatra brahmati lohavat. My dear Dhruva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is uncontaminated by the material modes of nature. He is the remote cause of the creation of this material cosmic manifestation. When he gives the impetus, many other causes and effects are produced, and thus the whole universe moves, just as iron moves by the integrated force of the magnet.
Now with an example, he helps us understand how Supreme Lord is making three modes to do everything. The Lord, situated beyond the three gunas, is the indirect cause, within whom this universe of cause and effect moves, just as a magnet moves iron. Since the Lord is the indirect cause, this material universe with cause and effect moves as if conscious through the bodies of the devatas and men, just as with a magnet as the indirect cause, iron moves about as if life. Just like small kids always play. On top of a paper, there are so many iron filings, and beneath the paper there is iron, there is magnet, and the child with one hand invisibly he moves the iron. As a result of that, on top of the paper, the moves the magnet. On top of that paper, the iron moves here and there, and filings will move here and there. And he will say, "See the magic, see the magic! I'm doing magic." But actually, behind the paper there is iron magnet, because magnet is moving, the iron is also moving. Same way, behind the curtain there is Supreme Lord, because Supreme Lord is moving here and there. So responding to Supreme Lord's desire, Maya is also moving here and there and performing all the activities. Though we may not see the direct involvement of Lords in creation, maintenance, and annihilation, but he is involved in creation, maintenance, and destruction like the magnet involved in the movement of iron filings above the paper. So like that. So now the question is, if that is so, then creation, maintenance, and destruction should occur simultaneously. So if the Lord is doing everything, then all should be happening at one time. Because Lord has Maya as his energy, and Maya has three potencies: Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, and Tamoguna. So if he is playing with three gunas, the three should act simultaneously. Sattva Guna should maintain, Rajoguna should create, and Tamoguna should annihilate. Three should happen simultaneously. Why things are not happening simultaneously? And today creation is happening, and some 10 years later annihilation is there, but 10 years the maintenance is there. Why this is like this? That is the question. Then Manu says, Sa kalu idam Bhagavan.
Sa khalu idam Bhagavan.
Sorry. Sakalu idam Bhagavan Kalashakya
स खलु इदं भगवान् कालशक्त्या
Guna Pravahena Vibhakta Virya
गुणप्रवाहेन विभक्तवीर्यः
Karota Kartaiva Nihanta Tanta
करोत कर्तैव निहन्त्य हन्तः हन्तः
Chesta Vibhumna Kalu Durvibhavya
चेष्टा विभुम्नः खलु दुर्विभाव्या. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, by his inconceivable supreme energy, time, causes the interaction of three modes of material nature, and thus varieties of energy become manifest. It appears that he is acting, but he is not the actor. He is killing, but he is not the killer. Thus, it is understood that only by his inconceivable power is everything happening.
Yeah. The original question was, who killed your brother? Manu is asking Dhruva, who is the killer of your brother? Dhruva might say, this Yaksha is the killer of my brother. Then Manu is going into details, try to understand. This Yaksha, whose body is made up of 5 Panchamahabhutas, apparently seems to be the cause. But these Panchamahabhutas acting the way they are acting under the supervision of 3 modes. 3 modes are acting under the supervision of Maya Devi. And Maya Devi is acting under the supervision of Supreme Lord. Now the conclusion is, Lord is the killer of your brother. One says that, it is the Lord killed my brother, Dhruva might say. So before he could come to that wrong conclusion, our Manu is going to tell, no, even though everything is happening under the supervision of Supreme Lord, Maya Dekshana Prakriti but Lord is not the cause of everything that is happening. We cannot blame the Lord to be the cause of all these things. That point he will tell in 18 to 21. The Lord, acting as the Jivas entering into Maya, separated from himself by the agitation of the Gunas. Through time, acts and does not act. He kills and does not kill. The actions of the Lord are inconceivable. So he talks about the creation. Just by glancing upon Maya Devi, through time energy, the Supreme Lord agitated the 3 gunas. As a result of that, all the universe are created and they are doing so many activities. One day they will get annihilated also. So all these things are happening only by the glance of the Supreme Lord. That means everything good and bad is happening is because of the glance of Supreme Lord Mahavishnu. One may say like that. In one sense, yes, everything is happening only because of the Lord's glance. At the same time, and everything is not happening because of the Lord's glance alone. Then what is right or what is wrong? Oh, give one answer. Right kaise hoga, wrong kaise hoga? That is inconceivable. The actions of the Lord, the way Lord acts is inconceivable. On one side we have to say Lord is the cause, and the other side we have to say immediately Lord is not the cause. No, there is sequential agitation of the gunas by the time energy. It is not simultaneous. Though creation is happening by Rajoguna, maintenance by Sattva and the ignorant, the destruction is by Tamoguna, all these 3 does not happen at once. They happen one after the other. The Lord, Jiva Shakti entering into Maya Shakti, that means at the time of creation, the Supreme Lord impregnates the womb of Maya Devi with Jiva Shakti to the agency of Kala Shakti. So what is Maya Shakti? Maya Shakti is Bahirgata Shakti of Supreme Lord, separated from the Supreme Lord. By agitation of the gunas through time energy, step by step acts. How does the Lord impregnates Maya Shakti with the Jiva Shakti? To the agency of Kala Shakti. So like that. The Lord is the material cause, Upadana Karana, and the Lord is the indirect cause, Nimitta Kadana. So Upadana Karana means Lord is the source of Maya Shakti, and indirect cause means Nimitta Karana means Lord is Kala Shakti. Since he is non-different from his energies of the gunas, time and jiva, He is the non-doer. Since these items are not the Lord Swarupa. So sorry. So the Lord is the doer. He is the material cause as well as the indirect cause, because he is non-different from his energies of Maya Devi, Maya Shakti, Kala Shakti, and Jiva Shakti. Here Maya Shakti is made up of 3 gunas. So we have seen Maya Shakti also is there. By glancing upon Maya Shakti, he impregnated Jiva Shakti into the womb of Maya Shakti through the agency of Kala Shakti. So 3 of them are there. And these 3 are manifest in Supreme Lord. 3 belongs to Lord. Lord is the cause of everything. At the same time, these 3 are separate from Lord Swarupa. They are not Lord Swarupa. So, Lord as Bhagavan is not at all cause of anything. That is the understanding. Thus, he kills and he does not kill. He is not the killer also. So, if Dhruva might come to conclusion that Lord is killed my brother, he also told me that your brother will be killed by Yaksha. Lord ने जानबूझ के मार दिया मेरे भाई को. So before that, philosophically is answering. Understanding this concept is inconceivable. It is not easy to understand. Lord is simultaneously both a killer and both not a killer also. Why does the Supreme Lord create the universe? Then somebody may question that, hey, what is this confusion? You say Lord only created everything and everything is happening because of the Lord only, and you say it is not, he has nothing to do with his Swarupa, and everything is happening with his Bairanga Shaktis, external potency only. In his Swarupa, he is enjoying spiritual pastimes, dance pastimes in the spiritual world. So he has nothing to do with what is happening in the material world. Then if he has nothing to do with what is happening in the material world, why does he create the universe? Why does he not continually create the universe and not have destruction simultaneously? He created for the sun and he should have destroyed it immediately. Why does he maintaining it for so long and watching? Everyone is going through trouble and laughing. Why does he make inequality in the universe? Why there is so much chaos in the universe? Why somebody is becoming rich, somebody becoming poor? Why somebody is suffering when somebody is happy, lavishly enjoying? Why so much inequality? Like that, what my question? So anticipating all these questions, to dismiss such questions, it is said that he is inconceivable, since he is the powerful Lord. This universe is manifestation of his power. ये प्रश्न का उत्तर है ही नहीं. Because Lord is inconceivable, we cannot understand why he does what he does. There is no answer for such questions. So like that. People ask why Jiva comes to material world, why the Lord has to create a miserable material world. There is no answer for that. Because Lord is inconceivable. What Lord does, very difficult to understand. So like that. Hare Krishna. So devotees are able to follow what we are discussing. Little philosophical.
Yes, Prabhu, yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, can we say then everything is predestined or preordained?
No, don't say now. We are in the middle of the chapter. Let Manu say what he wants to say.
Okay.
So we should never come to conclusion in between. Let Manu complete. Because he is one of the Mahajanas. He is presenting the philosophy in a step-by-step manner. Let us see what is the cause. Who is the cause? Who killed Uttama? So Ananto Antakara.
Krishna Guruji.
So Ananto Antakara.
Wait, Mataji. Yes, Prabhuji. Jaldi.
Guruji, I can't understand that how Lord is not the actor. Here is not the actor. Previously, actually, we heard and learned that for every cause, the ultimate cause is Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Okay. And now the same question is, now please tell me how the Supreme Lord is the cause of everything. You say ultimate cause is Supreme Lord, but how is the ultimate cause?
Just now, Prabhuji, we heard that there is 3 causes. You told there immediate cause, remote cause, and ultimate cause.
Okay.
So for
I'm
everything,
asking you
Lord
to
is.
explain.
Yes, Guruji.
How Supreme Lord is the cause of the death of Uttama.
I don't know, Guruji.
That even Manu also does not know. That's why he's saying it's inconceivable. That we cannot understand. So, why the Lord create the universe? Why does he not continually create and destroy? Why does he make the inequality in the universe? Why does he make such things that one extra kills my brother? That is very difficult to understand, my dear grandson. Lord is inconceivable. What he does, why he does, we cannot decipher. We may say Lord is ultimate cause, but we cannot explain how Lord is ultimate cause. That is beyond our logic and reasoning. Let us see what he says now. So Ananto Antakarakalo
तो अनंतो अंतकर कालो
Anadiradikrudavya
अनादिरादिकृत अव्यय
Janam Janena Janayan
जनं जनेन जनयन्
Marayan Mrutyunantakam.
Marayan Mrityantakam. My dear Dhruva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is ever existing. But in the form of time, he is the killer of everything. He has no beginning, although he is the beginning of everything, nor is he ever exhaustible. Although everything is exhausted in due course of time, the living entities are created through the agency of the Father and killed through the agency of death. But he is perpetually free of birth and death.
Now, some understanding of that. Though Lord is inconceivable to understand why he does what he does, this is the philosophical understanding. My dear grandson, please listen. As time, Lord does not do himself, but through the medium of time, he does everything. As time, he is without destruction, but causes destruction. भगवान का एक एनर्जी है समय. समय के द्वारा सबको मार देते हैं, बट वो समय भगवान को नहीं मारते. And he is without birth, but causes birth through the parents. वही समय के साथ सबको जन्म भी दिलाते हैं, but that time will not make him take birth. He is inexhaustible, avyaya. He produces people by means of people and destroys people by means of Yamaraj and destroys Yamaraj by means of Kalagni Rudra. See, because of our parents we are taking birth, and because of Yamaraj we are dying. Again we take birth to our parents, through other parents, and again by Yamaraj we die. Like that it will go on. One day, even Yamaraj will be killed by Kala. At the end of a Manvantara, even Yamaraj has to die. That who will do? Kalagni Rudra. The Kala personified Mahakala Purusha. He will destroy even the destroyers. So as Kala, he will destroy. As Kala, he will create. As Kala, he will maintain. Through the potency of Kala, time, Lord maintains, creates, maintains, and destroys. That means everything is happening because of Lord, but everything is not happening by the Lord. Everything is happening by time. Because time belongs to Lord, it is happening because of the Lord. So, like that we have to understand. See is other powers. He himself is without destruction. He himself is without birth. But he is the destruction of others in the form of time. He is without birth, but he causes the birth of others through the medium of parents. He is inexhaustible like Chintamani, supplying everything without decrease. He maintains everyone, but he does not transform. He is Avyaya. Has the cause of birth, he produces children by fathers. As the destroyer, he destroys all of us through Yama, and he destroys Yama through Rudra, Kalagni Rudra. So like that. This is how he does what's happening around us. Though the Lord acts in this way, he cannot be accused of injustice, since he does not show favorites. This is explained in next two verses. So now Dhruva might say, okay, that means as Kala, as Yamaraj, the Supreme Lord killed my brother. So one cannot accuse neither the Supreme Lord, nor Lord Shiva, nor Yamaraj. When somebody dies, whether in some accident or something, does anybody blame Yamaraj? It is Yamaraj who killed my family member. Yamaraj is supposed to be held responsible for the death of my family member. Yamaraj should be brought onto the trial. He should be hanged till death. Like that, anybody can give judgment? What Yamaraj does, it is beyond our law. Then what to speak of what Lord Shiva does? Then what to speak of the Supreme Lord, the source of Lord Shiva does? So like that, we have to understand. न वै स्वपक्षोऽस्य विपक्ष एव वा
न वै स्वपक्षोऽस्य विपक्ष एव वा
परस्य मृत्योर्विशतः समं प्रजा
परस्य मृत्योर्विशितः समं प्रजा
तं दावमानम् अनुदावति अनीशा
तं दावमानम् अनुदावन्ति अनीशा
यथा रजांस्यनिलं भूतसङ्गः
यथा रजांसि ननिलं भूतसङ्गः. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, in his feature of eternal time, is present in the material world and is neutral towards everyone. No one is his ally, no one is his enemy. Within the jurisdiction of the time element, everyone enjoys or suffers the result of his own karma or fruitive activities. As when the wind blows, small particles of dust fly in the air, so according to one's particular karma, one suffers or enjoys material life.
If Dhruva might ask the question, if Yamai should not be held responsible, if Shiva should not be held responsible, if Lord should not be held responsible, then who should be held responsible? That is the question. Now answer is, the Lord has no friend or enemy. He enters all beings as death equally. The jivas, dependent on their own karmas and associated with the matter, follow the Lord and moves along, just like particles of dust follow the currents of the air. So we go through what we are go through as a result of our past karmas and as a result of our current association with the matter. These are two reasons for our destiny. Based on our past karmas and based on our current association with the matter. So matter in the form of the place, matter in the form of desires, matter in the form of associates, like that. The Lord enters equally into all beings in the form of death. Though he is equal, there is difference in results for the jivas because their karmas are different. An example is given. The jivas dependent on karma associated with the elements follow after moving time, just like dust particles follow the moving wind. So, when we take birth in a particular family, we behave like the family members behave. We cannot be separate from the family members. So whatever family we take birth, whatever family culture we simply follow. That's how we are affected by our association. In whichever country we are born, according to the country policies, we respond, we follow. So that is as simple as that. And based on our previous karmas, based on our current association, we perform activities in a certain way. And this is the cause. Neither the Lord Vishnu is cause, nor Lord Shiva is the cause, nor Lord Yama is the cause, nor this Yaksha is the cause. The actual cause is one's own karma and one's own association. Who told your brother Uttama to go to the forest for hunting and make a conflict with Yaksha and fight with him? That is because of his karma. It happened like that. So how can you simply blame the Yaksha only? So like that we may say. Just as the wind does not see difference whether dust causing darkness or water or fire enters it, so the Lord sees no differences, though the jivas experience different karmas. So the Supreme Lord as Paramatma is indifferent to what's happening with the jiva. He is simply there and gives sanction. So jiva goes through different situations according to one's karma and according to one's current association. So like that. Ayushopachayam janto
Ayusho pachatos.
tataivopatyam vibhuvo pachayan vibhu
Tataivo pachayam vibhu.
ubhabayam rahitasvato
Ubhabayam rahitasvasto.
dustasya vidadatyaso.
Dukstasya vidadati asau. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, is all powerful and he awards the results of one's fruitive activities. Thus, although one living entity's duration of life is very small, whereas that of another is very great, he is always in his transcendental position, and there is no question of loosening or lessening or increasing his duration of life.
Living beings have short or long lives. The Lord is free of both. Being situated in his transcendental position, he awards these results to those dependent on karma. It is because of karma, some people live long, some people live short. And Lord is there in both the hearts. Lord is there in the heart of a person who is living long life. Lord is there in the heart of a person who is living in short life. Flies have short life and devatas have long life. The flies may live for 1 or 2 days, but devatas will live for 1 manvantara. But Paramatma is there in both the hearts. Dustasya means dependent on karma. Why there is a change in their lifespan? It is because of their karmas. Kechit karma vadanyenam
Kechit karma vadantyenam
swabhavam apare nripa
swabhavam apare nripa
ekakalam pare daivam
eke kalam pare devam
pumsha kamam utapare.
kamam utapare. This differentiation among varieties of life and their suffering and enjoyment is explained by some to be the result of karma. Others say it is due to nature, others due to time, others due to fate, and still others say that it is due to desire.
Though we are discussing here how people are getting what they are getting as a result of their past karmas and as a result of their current association, but there are so many other philosophies also. So many other people will say so many other things. You might have heard, you may hear in the future. So listen. Kechit karma vadanyenam. O king, some say it is karma, is the cause of everything. And some say it is the nature of matter. Apare enam swabhavam. Some people say that it is karma is the cause. Some people say that it is the nature of material world is the cause of everything. The material world is the ultimate cause of everything. Some say it is time, kala. Time is the cause of everything. Some say it is the planets, Paredaivam. The Navagrahas are the cause of our problem. Currently, Shani is going That's why you are going through problem. Currently, Rahu Mahadasha is going on. That's why you are going through problem. Some say like that. And some say it is lust. Pumsha kamam uta apare. Lust is the cause of everything. Like in the Bhagavad Gita, we see na, the 16th chapter, Devasura Sampadibhaga Yoga. So it is the lust, which is the cause of creation, it is the lust, which is the cause of maintenance and destruction. Everything is kimanyat kama hetukam. Other than kama, what else is the cause? Lord Krishna says that is the mentality of asuras. Let karma be the cause of happiness and distress, birth and death. True, but philosophers argue about this. So you are saying karma, but others say something else. So what can be done? No problem. Some means who? Lokayatas, the followers of Charvaka. Charvaka philosophers, they say that it is the main nature of matter itself is the cause. The material nature is the cause of everything. Charvaka people, they say. Charvaka Lokayatas means Charvaka philosopher, they say eat, sleep and be merry. So whether you live, whether you earn by honest means or dishonest means, earn ghee and eat ghee and live happily. In a good way or bad way, live life king size, something like that. Always eat ghee. So, but so in that is what the philosophy of Charvaka. Others, the Vyavaharikas, the followers of the Purana say that time is the cause. People in general, so when somebody dies now, we say na, क्या करे उनका समय हो गया, चले गए. So this is the way of thinking of the people who listen to Puranas. Astrologers say that it is the devatas in the form of the planets the cause. Those who follow astrology, they say that Abhi Rahu Mahadasha, Shani Mahadasha, this Mahadasha, they are the cause, they say. Others, Vastayana says that Kama is the cause of everything. People like Vastayana, who wrote Kama Sutra, they say that it is the Kama is the cause of everything. Even Shruti says, Kamo Karshati, Kamaha Karoti, Kamaha Karta, Kamaha Karayitva. Lust has done it, lust is doing it, lust is the doer, lust causes us to do that. This is from Mahanarayana Upanishad. But who among these disputants establish the truth? But which is the right among these? That is the question. Now, Manu says, Avyaktasya prameyasya
Avyakstasya parameyasya
Nana Shakti Udasya cha
Nana Shakti Udayasya cha
Navaichikirchitam Tata
Navaitike Stitam Tata
Ko Vedanta Swasambhavam.
Vedat Swasambhavam. The absolute truth, transcendence, is never subject to the understanding of imperfect sensory endeavor, nor is he subject to direct experience. He is the master of varieties of energies, like the full material energy, and no one can understand his plans or actions. Therefore, it should be concluded that although he is the original cause of all causes, no one can know him by mental speculation.
Then what is the right thing? Yes, in one sense, all these are right, but we cannot ascertain which is right. So different understandings you can take at different times and places. Oh child, no one knows the plan of the Lord, who is invisible and unfathomable, from whom numerous energies arise, and from whom you are also born. No one, since they are all ignorant of the root cause of everything. So Manu says, okay, no problem. Different people say different things, but none of them are absolutely correct because they don't know the actual root cause of everything. They only addressing the superficial causes. The Lord cannot be revealed by childish intelligence. The cause of this is that he cannot be measured by material proofs like sense perception. So one may think that okay, if all these things are not the cause of everything is Supreme Lord is the cause of everything. Can be ascertained? No, even that cannot be ascertained, because Lord cannot be understood by our direct sense perception. Various Shaktis such as time, karma, and nature of things arise from the Supreme Lord. Taking shelter of one of these Shaktis, the philosophers argue, but there can be no arguments about the cause of these Shaktis. No one knows the plan of the Lord from whom we arise. So the Lord is the source of everything, but what is the Lord's plan? Why Lord is creating this big universe and maintaining it and annihilating? Why doing all these things again and again? That we cannot understand. Why? Nahi asya karhi chitrajan puman veda vidipsitam yadavignasaya yukta muyyanti kavayopihi. Yudhishthir Maharaj is being told by Bhishma. Bhishma says, O king, no one can know the plan of the Lord. Even though great philosophers inquire exhaustively, they are bewildered. Same thing after Mahabharata battle, Yudhishthira is telling that I am the cause of the death of 64 crore soldiers. I am the reason. Don't have any qualification to become the king. And everyone tried to console him. He said, No, I am the cause, I am the cause. Krishna told, let us go and ask Bhishma. Then he came to Bhishma. Bhishma told, everything that happened in your life is the cause is standing in front of you only. He is the cause. Then Yudhishthira, how he is the cause? That I cannot tell you. I can only tell he is the cause. But how he is the cause? I can never explain. What to speak of me? Even greatly learned people cannot explain. Muhyanti kavayopihi. Then how do we know that he is the cause? Who knows him? Who speaks of him? From whom was he born? From what was he produced? So people always ask, if God has made everything, who made the God? If God has created everything, who created whom? Who created the God? This is the normal question the college students ask always. But the answer is, he precedes the Devatas. Who knows from where he appeared for creating this universe? Devatas can only know how this universe has been created from the Supreme Lord, but they don't know anything about the Supreme Lord, because they are created by the Supreme Lord. How can someone know the creator who creates one? As Lord Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita also. Bhagavad Gita, I think in the 10th chapter, so he says that Name vidu suragana prabhavam na maharshaya, neither devatas nor the maharshis does not know me properly. Why? Aham adirihi devana maharshi nam cha sarvacha. Because I am the creator of devatas and the maharshis. How can they know me? It is not possible. So like that. We can say the Lord is the ultimate cause of everything, as the creator of the universe, as the maintainer of the universe, the annihilator of the universe. But what was the plan of the Lord? By what plan the things happening the way they are happening, that no one can explain. So we may say that karma is the cause, kala is the cause, swabhava is the cause, place is the cause, grahas are the cause. So all these things we may come up with different philosophies, but that is not the complete explanation. That is correct explanation only, but not complete. But no one can give complete explanation. So that is understanding. न चैते पुत्र का भ्रातृ
चैते पुत्र का भातृ
हंतारो धनदानुगा
धनदानुगा
विसर्गा दानयोस्ताता
सर्गादानयोस्ताता
पुंसो दैवं हि कारणम्.
पुंसो दैवं हि karanam. My dear son, those yakshas who are descendants of Kauravas are not actually the killers of your brother, and the birth and the death of every living entity are caused by Supreme, who is certainly the cause of all causes. Hare Krishna.
So, having shared the philosophy, now coming to the current, to deal the current matter. O son, these followers of Kuvera are not the killers of your brother. The cause of birth and death of all living entities is the Supreme Lord. He is the creator, he is the maintainer, and he is the ultimate destroyer. Sa eva vishwam srujati.
Sa eva vishwam sujati.
Sa evavati hanti cha.
Sa evavati hanti cha.
Tatapihi anankaran.
Tatapihi anankaran.
Najyate gunakarmabhi.
Najyate gunakarmabhi. The Supreme Personality of God creates this material world, maintains it, annihilates it in due course of time. But because he is transcendental to such activity, he is never affected by ego in such action or by the modes of material nature. Hare Krishna.
So he says that just like the Supreme Lord is the cause of our birth, our sustenance, and our death, similarly, the Supreme Lord is the cause of the creation, maintenance, and destruction of the entire universe. And he does it without any attachment or ego. That means he does everything without any possessiveness. He does everything indifferently. He is not affected by actions of the gunas. He is not to be blamed. The Lord neither becomes happy by the birth of someone nor becomes sorrow by the death of someone. He does everything, but he remains indifferent to everything. So that is the reality. Esha bhutani bhutatma.
एष भूतानि भूतात्मा
Bhutesho bhuta bhavanaha.
भूतेषु भूतभावना
Swashaktya mayaya yukta.
शक्त्या मायया भूत युक्ता
Srujati atti cha pati cha.
इति अति च पाति च. Translation: The Supreme Personality of God is the super soul of all living entities. He is the controller and maintainer of everyone. Through the agency of his external energy, he creates, maintains, and annihilates everyone.
So now Dhruva might say that, then what should I do? If the Lord is the cause of somebody's death, should we respond as the king or not? What is the duty of a king? How they should respond? The soul in all beings, the controller of all beings, the maintainer of all beings, using his energy of Maya, creates, maintains, and destroys. It is the Supreme Lord as Paramatma, creates, maintains, and destroys each and every living entity. It is the Supreme Lord as the Paramatma, creates, maintains, and annihilates the entire universe. This verse explains why the Lord is without attachment or material identity. So the Supreme Lord uses his energy of Maya. Since the external energy causes creation and destruction, not his Swarupa Shakti. He does not undergo material identity of Ahankara in performing the actions. So on one side we are saying he does everything. On other side we say that he does not have any possessiveness. Then why does he do? And how does he do? He does through the agency of his external energy, Maya Devi. Sushti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha. Chaye Vayasya Bhuvanani Bibharti Durga. So then, why does he do? In order to facilitate the fulfillment of the desires of the jivas, not for his own interest. He only provides everything, he does everything as per the request of the jivas. So he has no connection to it and he has no possessiveness to it, he has no ego for that. So like that. That's how, though everything is happening because of Lord, and Lord has nothing to do with anything that is happening in this material world. Because he is indifferent to everything. Just like we hear about Paramatma, Upadrushta, Anumanta, Bhakta, Bhokta, Maheshwara. He is Upadrushta and Anumanta. He is actually taking rest in the heart, he is in Yoga Nidra, and and बोल it tells you do whatever you want. आपको जो करना है करो, उसका responsibility आप ही ले लो. So like that. Then he says, finally, last few verses he tries to conclude his discussion. He says that Tameva mrutyam amrutam tata daivam.
तमेव मृत्युम् अमृतं तत्तैवम्
सर्वात्मनोपेहि जगत्परायणम्.
सर्वात्मनोपेहि जगत्परयनम्
यस्मै बलिं विश्वसृजो हरन्ति.
यस्मै बलिं विश्वसर्जो हरन्ति
गावो यथा वै न सिदामयन्त्रितः.
गावो यथा वै न सीदाम यन्त्रितः. Translation: My dear boy Dhruva, please surrender unto Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the ultimate goal of progress of the world. Everyone, including the demigods headed by Lord Brahma, is working under his control, just as a bull, prompted by a robe in its nose, is controlled by its owner.
In Bhagavad Gita, we have this verse: Ishvara sarvabhutani yantra rudani maya. Ana Ishvara sarvabhutani hridesh arjun tishtati brahmayan yantra rudani maya. So brahmayan sarvabhutani yantra rudani maya. So that verse again we see here. O son, surrender to that Supreme Lord, who is birth and death, the refuge of the entire world, with your whole being. Yet please surrender to Supreme Lord, who is the source cause of everything, creation, and destruction. And to him, the Devatas continuously offer homage, like bulls controlled by the rope ties to their noses. All the Devatas are simply performing their respective duties as a service to Supreme Lord. Same way, you also act. That is good for you. The question is, though I have been enlightened by you, I cannot give up my ego as the Kshatriya, as the king. I need to bring the justice to this act of killing my brother unnecessarily. Now, 4 verses answer this question of Dhruva: 27, 28, 29, 30. First one is, so just wait. Before becoming the king, first surrender to Supreme Lord. Without surrender, it is difficult to give up ego by jnana alone. कुछ करने के पहले भगवान का शरण लो, उसके बाद कर लो. आपका भौतिक ज्ञान से कुछ डिसीजन मत लो. Something like that. यः पंचवर्षो जननीं त्वं विहाय.
या पंचवर्षो जननी तं विहाय
मातु सपत्न्या वचसा भिन्नमर्मा.
मातु सपत्न्या वचसा विनमर्मम
वनं गतस्तपसा प्रत्यगक्षम्.
वनागतस्य तपसा प्रत्यक्ष गच्छम्
आराध्य लेभे मूर्धनिपदं त्रिलोक्या.
आराध्य लेभे मूर्धिनि पदं त्रिलोक्या. My dear Dhruva, at the age of only 5 years, you were very grievously afflicted by the word of your mother's co-wife, and you very boldly gave up the protection your mother went to the forest to engage in the yogic process for realization of the Supreme Personality Godhead. As a result of this, you have already achieved the topmost position in all the 3 worlds.
Just like you surrendered during your childhood, now also you should surrender to your Lord for the correct solution. Giving up your mother when you are 5 years old, wounded by the words of your stepmother, you went to the forest. Worshipping the Lord by austerities, you achieved the topmost position in the 3 worlds. Surrendering to the Lord, you became the lotus of our dynasty. Pratyaksham means the Lord who is object of yogi's eyes. So basically it's telling that at the age of 5 also you became similarly affected by the harsh words spoken by your stepmother. But what did you do that time? You did not kill your stepmother. You went and took shelter of Lord Vishnu. Now do the same thing. तमेन मंगात्मनि मुक्त विग्रहे
तमेन
Matsuri, continue.
व्यपाश्रितं निर्गुणं एकमक्षरम्
व्यपार्चितं निरगुणम् एकम् अक्षरम्
आत्मानमन्विच्य विमुक्तमात्मदृक्
आत्मानवनीच्य विमुक्तमात्मदृक्
यस्मिन् इदं वेदमसत् प्रतीयते
निदं वेदमसत प्रीयते.
Mataji, I will read. I will read. Seek out within your mind, divide of hostility, the one indestructible, eternally liberated Supreme Lord, beyond who is situated beyond the gunas, who resides within the heart of you out of affection, on seeing whom the world filled with dualities will appear disgusting. So, my dear Dhruva, forget about what is happening around you. Just meditate on the Supreme Lord. Then, when you see the Supreme Lord, what's happening in this material world, everything becomes disgust to you. You want to give up everything and go back home, back to Godhead. Previously, also, you lamented. I came to Supreme Lord, instead of asking for the Supreme Lord, I asked for material benedictions. Padam Tribhuvanotkrishtam Jigishu Sadhu Arpame. He was feeling so much regret while coming back. So now you have become attached to this material world and fighting for something. What is this? Again, meditate on the Supreme Lord. This entire world becomes disgustful for you, and you want to give this world up, and go back to spiritual world. Forget about the land justice here. Meditate on the Lord and see what will become priority for you. At this time, you should seek the Supreme Lord. Give up your thoughts of material good and material bad. Your endeavor is not like that of the other people. You are not like other people. At the age of 5, you got darshan of the Supreme Lord. So you should not be doing the activities like other people. This is right, that is right, this is wrong, that is wrong. No. Now do the same thing. Meditate on the Supreme Lord. When you get the darshan of the Lord, then tell me what is right and what is wrong. So like that. In a mind free of contradictions, seek out the Lord who resides in your heart out of affection. Seeing the Lord, the differences of enemy and friend will appear unbeneficial and unattractive. अब भगवान को वापस देखेंगे ना, उसके बाद देखो आपको क्या होगा. कोई यक्ष आपको एनिमी नहीं लगेगा. So like that. त्वं प्रत्यगात्मनि तदा भगवन्ति अनन्ता.
प्रत्यगात्मनि तथा भगवति अनंता.
आनन्दमात्र उपपन्न समस्तशक्तौ.
आनंदमात्र उपपन्न समस्त शक्तौ.
भक्तिं विदाय परमां शनकैरविद्या.
भक्तिं विद्या अपरमां शनकैरविद्या.
ग्रन्थिं विभेस्त्यसि ममाहमिति प्ररूढम्.
ग्रन्थिं विभेस्यासि ममहम् इति प्ररूढम्.
Finally, he says, when you were 5 years old, by performing pure devotion to the Lord, who is the soul within, unlimited, who is unlimited, who is full of bliss and endowed with all energies, you gradually cut the strong knot of ignorance concerning I and mine. After seeing the Lord, you said, Swamin Kritarthosmi Varam Nayache. You said, no, my dear Lord, very wrongly I came to you asking for some meditation. Now I don't want. I just want to be in the association of your devotees. Now what's happening? You want to be in the association of devotees, but इधर आके fight कर रहे? क्या चल रहा है अभी? Do you not remember how you attained the Lord when you were 5 years old? The future tense. Okay. So have you forgotten that? After attending the darshan of the Lord, what did you say at that time? And what are you doing now? Have you forgotten everything? Like that, he is reminding Dhruva. Because Dhruva is not a ordinary child like any others. Dhruva is not like a ordinary king like any others. He is a special person. That speciality of Dhruva is getting reminded by Manu. Then now he says, if you continue the war, what kind of results it will lead to? Kindly remember. So that he kind of reminding him. Samyacharosham badram te
Samyacharos badrante
pratipam shreyasam param
pratipam shreyasam param
shrutena bhuyasa rajan
shrutena bhuyasa rajan
agadena yatamayam.
agadena yatamayam.
Then he says that, oh king, oh you are thinking Raja, oh Raja, as sickness is controlled by medicine, by constantly hearing instructions, control anger, which is the great enemy of proper conduct. All good fortune to you. What was the desire you asked the Lord at that time? You want to be in the association of good devotees. Why? That you want to hear about the Lord continuously. But what are you doing here? You are supposed to be in the association of devotees and hear the Lord, hear about the Lord. But what are you doing here? So please do what you wanted to do. If you do that again and again, you will not be overcome by anger. That is telling him. This is simply imitating common behavior. You show anger externally to announce to people your affection for your brother. For a devotee such as you, announcing your good qualities to the world is also a disease. Give up this disease of anger by my instructions, just as one gives up disease by medicine. So you may be thinking that I am a great devotee, I should show affection to all people, especially to my family members. So I have to fight. That is also a disease actually. So for you, just like your brother is a friend, the Yakshas are also supposed to be friends. A devotee treats everyone equally. So where that has gone? So treat both of them equally. Why separately you are treating them? So like that. Yenopasrishtat purushal
Yenopasishtat purushal
loka udvijate brusham
loka udvijate brisham
na buddhastadvasham gachet
na buddhastadvasam gachet
icchan abhayam atmanaha.
icham abhayam atmanaha.
Everyone becomes terrified of the person overcome by anger. When a person becomes angry, everyone around it becomes perturbed. And especially when a devotee becomes angry, everyone becomes worried. So desiring freedom from death, the intelligent person should control anger. Those people who want to go back home back to Godhead, they should control anger in all circumstances. Like that. Proper conduct is explained. Everyone fears the person filled with anger. So now you are controlled by anger. Where your anger will take you to? Kindly listen. Helanam Girishabratur
Elanam girishabradur
Danadasya Tvaya Kritam
dhanadasya tvaya kritam
Yajagnivan Punyajanan
yajjadnivan punyajanan
Bhratrugnan Niti Amarshitaha.
pratrujñan iti amarshitaha.
Because you have in anger killed many yakshas, the killer of your brother, you have offended Kuvaira, the brother of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva treats Kuvera as his younger brother, and you have been killing indiscriminately the followers of Kuvera. If this news goes to Kuvera, then the news automatically will go to Lord Shiva. Then what will happen? You have already performed an offense to Kuvera. You have done what is not proper for a Vaishnava. A Vaishnava should always become careful of Vaishnava aparad. Please listen. The killing of the Yakshas is not an offense towards Lord Shiva. Sorry. The killing of the Yakshas is an offense towards Lord Shiva, the greatest of all Vaishnavas. So this is the final statement of Manu. Oh, my dear grandson, kindly understand. What you are doing is actually a Vaishnava aparaj towards, not only towards Kuvera, but also towards Lord Shiva. A Vaishnava is supposed to be guarding against offenses, and you are willingly performing offense. So what is this? Therefore, tam prasadaya vastasu
Samprasadaya Vatsasu
sannatya prashrayoktibihi
Sannatya Prashrayoktibihi
nayavan mahatam teja
Nayavan Mahatam Teja
kulam no abhibhavishyati.
Kulam no Abhibhavishyati.
My son, please go and satisfy Kuvera immediately by offering respects, by humble behavior, and by your kind words, so that the anger of great persons like Kuvera and Lord Shiva will not destroy our family. If Kuvera and Lord Shiva becomes angry, we cannot survive in front of their anger. Please immediately go offer obeisances, beg forgiveness, and speak kind words with your humble behavior. And please, Kuvera, so that the matter will be settled right now, like that. So that was the last word spoken by Svayambhuva Manu. Now the last verse of the chapter. Evam Svayambhuva Pautram
Evam Svayambhuva Pautram
Anusaya Manurdruvam
Anushashya Manurdruvam
Tena Bivandita Sakam
Tena Bivandita Sakam
Rushibi Swapuram Yayau.
Rishibi Swapuram Yayau.
Thus, after instructing his grandson Dhruva, Svayambhuva Manu, worshipped by Dhruva, departed to his own abode with all the great sages. So, like that, having spoken thus, having instructed him what he is supposed to do now, please stop the war and go to Kuvera immediately and fall flat, beg forgiveness, and speak nicely and express your humility, and then gain his pleasure. That will protect you and your descendants. Otherwise, if Kuvera and Lord Shiva becomes angry, our descendants will stop right now. Our family will stop here itself. Like that. So this is what Manu wants to speak to Dhruva. As Dhruva requested Lord, the association of devotees, Manu came and gave his association at a crucial time of his life and spoke to him about the nature, how this world functions, and the transcendental attributes of the Supreme Lord, etc., etc., etc. Hare Krishna. So sorry for taking a little more time to start of completing this chapter. So it is like that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Hare
ग्रंथराज
Krishna.
श्रीमद्
Thank
भागवतम
you so
की
much.
जय, श्रील
Jai
प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत
Jai
कोटि
Lord
वैष्णव
teacher.
भक्तवृंद की जय.
Jai.
Thank you so much,
हरे
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
हाँ हरे
Actually,
कृष्णा.
join
Thank
नहीं
you.
हो रहा था, so I joined little late, Prabhuji.